back, and today's video is going to be all about our podcast, Life Unleashed. We are filming a new episode. We're actually going to be revealing Ensley's baby's name in the episode, so that's very fun. So we wanted to do behind the scenes of podcasts and what it entails. And this is Podcast Master Nicholas.
Podcast Master?
Yeah. I'm embroider extraordinaire. You are, what is your title?
What am I? Can you see me way back yonder?
Little Peanut.
Here I am.
Holly's fetcher.
Yeah, I think I'm her servant on a good day.
So, what is the setup like?
Okay, we have 2 cameras.
We used to have 3.
We used to have 3. We just never used. There was this center one that like got both people. We used it like 2 times. So we have.
Did you even know that one went?
I just learned it. Not now, but.
We have 1 seat, 1 seat. Your participants. Sometimes we use the couch if we have 3. This camera shoots for this person. That camera shoots for this person. I really like the podcast, and if you guys watch other people's podcasts, this is not groundbreaking, but I really like it when someone's talking, it's just like a close-up of them, and then when the next person talks, it's a close-up of that person. It's just back and forth. We also, of course, have to have the official microphone. So these things are not wireless, unfortunately, but it goes to this audio setup, and that captures everybody's voice. Audio is a super important thing for podcasts because if it sounds like really choppy or like not clear, it's very hard to listen to. Obviously, the videos are for YouTube, which you guys get to see, or social media.
The big question is, how did you learn how to do all of this?
A lot of videos, a lot of tutorials, but Danielle and I had like a lot of filming experience like from very, very early on Tales Up Pup. Like the very first YouTube video we filmed was like on a camera like this, but we had to figure out, okay, how do you edit that? So that's the editing side. And then this is just a scaled up version of that. It's multiple cameras with audio. And then like if you have a question, I just would go on YouTube and be like, how do I do this? The hardest thing is like understanding how to sync the audio, how to make sure that like the person on camera talking, because the audio recorded on this camera is not the same audio that's recorded on this thing. So you got to make sure that they sync up so that what's coming out of your mouth is actually what you're hearing.
How does the setup of a podcast, like, how does it relate to news?
It's very similar.
Really?
Yeah, like setting up cameras, checking the audio. You want to make sure everything's working. Yeah, I mean.
Do you feel like you're on the news when you're filming a podcast?
No, it's way more laid back and just more enjoyable.
Does it make you miss the news?
No, I've never felt that way. Like not even once. Especially after talking, whenever I talk to like my friends that are still in the news, I'm like, wow, I don't miss it. And they're just like, yeah, it must be nice to be you. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, the news, you didn't get any second takes, did you?
Well, sometimes it was pre-recorded stuff. And then sometimes it was live.
Okay.
So we barely do second takes on the podcast.
No, we don't. Danielle's like 1 take and we're done.
Yeah, I don't have patience for
every time I would record something, or when you record something, you want to treat it as if it's live because you don't want to have to do it like a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Trendy Ensley and the Uggs.
Fake Uggs.
But yeah, the podcast is kind of tough because you have all the equipment set up, and there's nothing more sad when you go to all this effort, you do what you feel like is a great episode, and then either the video or the audio is messed up. That is the saddest thing ever. We've had some vlogs before where everything is such a fun day, we film all these clips, and then when we go to edit it, it's like the footage is corrupted or something happened, got deleted. It's the saddest thing in the world. We haven't had that happen with the podcast yet.
Knock on some wood right now, sir.
But that's why you double and triple check everything to make sure it's working properly.
And we found a great home for our new piece of art. It's so cute. I saw a comment the other day of, this seems like not just the podcast, like everything that we're doing seems like too much work for all of us. I will say that first of all, we are very efficient. We all have gotten very good at our jobs and we are very efficient. And number 2 is we've created a new workflow. So basically we make bandanas Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays are our like working desk more days. So we're either filming podcasts, we're doing emails, we're prepping for launches, and all of like the back end work we're doing on those 2 days, and then all the making work we're doing on the other 3. But personally, because I'm running the embroidery machines, I'm going to have those running while I'm doing my desk work, not during the podcast because I don't want any background noise, but like I'll run the machines and then get on my computer and get stuff ready for the launch, because those are very easy to just keep going. But that's basically how our workflow is, right?
The other part of the podcast that is really important is like the planning and outlining phase. And Danielle and Ensley are the ones that are the most responsible for that. We don't have anything scripted in the podcast, but we don't want to just get on there and ramble. We tried that for the very first one. I feel like we had a very like small outline, and it felt like we were rambling. So we went back to the drawing board and said, let's at least have a little bit more structure, and that really helps.
I feel like sometimes it's hard to come up with topics, but for the most part, we just think about like what we would want to listen to, and like a lot of people have given us like requests, which is nice.
Yeah, I feel like we're trying to just feed off of our experiences too, like something that would be fun for us to talk about. Because I feel like the more fun that we have in conversations on the podcast, it's more fun for the listeners, you know?
We also work the podcast around the dogs. They got a bed here, they lay here, and of course we did not move the couch. We put the camera around the couch. So this is the dog's world that we just live in. No, you are. You were surprised.
I get surprised sometimes.
But then you know me, and then you're like, yeah, this is your life, huh? You're a little bossy. You're very spoiled. We did dabble in bringing some guests on, and it was so much fun. It is a lot of work because we were doing 2 podcasts a week, so I don't know that we'll maintain that. And then surprisingly, the analytics were not as great for the guest speakers so far, so we have to investigate that further and figure out what we want to do for 2024, what episodes we're going to do, what guests we will bring, and what y'all want to hear on the podcast are really the biggest things, because we just want to bring y'all what you want to listen to, and that's just the main goal, right, Nick?
This is true.
This is true.
You're 8 out of 9 months through pregnancy.
Yeah, isn't that insane?
That is literally insane. I feel like we knew so early, though, that it feels so long.
I feel like I've been pregnant for an eternity, but also I feel like it has flown by.
Yeah. So what has your journey been like?
Honestly, the best way to sum it up really is...
So are you sharing the name with us?
This has been a really long time coming. It really has. I feel like we have been set on the name for a really long time. I don't know why I'm actually really nervous right now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so her name is...
How was it, guys?
It was great. The name is out there, but y'all cannot know it yet.
You can't.
Gotta listen to the podcast. This was so much fun. I feel like we answered some very big questions. What's the baby's name? Is Ensley going on maternity leave? And is Ensley going to give birth in the office?
Guys, truly, a lot of people are curious if I'm going on maternity leave.
What if instead of a home birth, you had a work birth?
A work birth! I could. Y'all about to be gone.
Do you guys find it easy to keep the conversation going since it's not scripted?
Well, I have a hot take. It's actually easier for the conversation to be like natural and fluid with Ensley than it is with Nick.
Yeah, I feel that a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like that too. Nick on the other side of this is really hurt, guys. So we're gonna spend some time.
He's gonna be like, I'm not going on the podcast.
We have to go. We have to end the vlog because we have to take care of Nick now. He's
Thank
really
you
in pain.
so much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.